I thought let's just have a bit of fun. And what I want to show you is, many of you or many of us, we feel that it's so far-fetched that we believe that a belief system or a practice or an ideology or a religion can change so extensively that it is beyond recognition. And we have difficulty thinking that the message, the enlightenment that the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, that he brought could be so massively altered in such a short space of time. But I'm going to show you something now in this video. I'll show you. See, let me take another example. Let me move from the religious sphere, because religion, or the way that the Prophet Muhammad came or taught, was also to do with changing lives and changing society. In the late 1800s, say 1870 or late 1850s, we had a massive entrant on the world stage of political or social change in the form of Marxism. Right. If we can just for a moment assume that Karl Marx is a man that brings a philosophy, a new way of living, a new way of structuring society, a new way of thinking to the world. I think it was in the 1840s, 1850s. And with that was able to transform entire countries, in fact empires, with that philosophy. Now I want to show you, just to have a bit of fun, I want to show you the early conferences of the Communist Party doing, celebrating their newly found strength, the early communist or Marxist society. And this is what it looks like at the conference in 1920. That's the 1920 Moscow Communist International Congress. And there's the Vladimir Lenin speaking. And then, let me move then on 100 years to the American Communist Convention, to the American Communist or Socialist Convention, or basically Marxist Convention, the American version of Marxism, and see how it changes.
Any kind of reason. I see that no one's clapping for me. It could be because I'm not engaging, but it also is because everyone's doing this, and that's really important. Is there anybody here who's done abortion clinic escort work? Awesome. And additionally, with the noise issue, like avoid hissing, avoid waving banners, right? Because there's all sorts of things. Don't talk to cops, because those loud bursts of noise, even though this is a noisy space, but we can do something like reducing that. That's really important. So please don't clap.
That's enough. That's quite enough. The communism that was in the 1920s, 100 years ago, focused on egalitarianism, on economic redistribution, on eliminating poverty. In fact, they succeeded to a large extent. I mean, China grew out of poverty using communism in the 60s, 70s. Now it's more capitalist than communist. The Soviet Union. But now today, what parades as communism or Marxism is just a big joke. It's just a big joke. And you know how long it is? 100 years. In 100 years, a powerful ideology, an ideology that was intended to inspire, to motivate, to change, to uplift the people, became a joke. And now what the socialists are debating is how many genders there are. At what age can a child change their gender that they were born with, or their sex that they were born with? And that has become the main attributes of Marxism now. What a sad, sad indictment. but also it's a lesson for us that in 100 years a lot can change in a religion. We've seen it in our own lifetimes. Let this be a lesson for us, that that is what happened to your religion, to your beautiful enlightenment of Islam. In 100 years, the kings, the corrupt people, all conspired to turn it into a joke. And that is what we have to deal with. We have to dig our way out of that mess.